When do I feel most distant to you? And why do you think that is?
I already know this. This is easy.
I already know what you're going to say, too.
You feel most distance from me when you know you did something wrong. You're like a child when it comes to me. Like, I don't know why you're that way. So whenever you feel like you've done something wrong or it seems like unethical or maybe like maybe it wasn't like a good judgment call, like you go MIA and it's like she'll go MIA or he'll go MIA and then he'll come back. Like I already know like that's what's gonna happen. Oh god, I can't. Okay. Oh my god, this is gonna be so funny. Do your best impression of me.
You want me to? Okay. You want me to do it?
Oh no.
That's perfect. I love how that card went that way.
How did that go my way?
Okay, my best impression of you. Okay.
Oh god.
Okay, here we go. Ready? All right. Okay. Is the camera on? Okay, all right. Is there anything in my teeth? Is there anything in my teeth? Okay. How's my hair look? Do I have coffee on my shirt?
Oh no. That's not even right. It's not even right.
I thought it was right. I think it was right.
Okay.
All right. Do you want to try doing an impression of me?
I'm not good at impressions. Let's see. Can you see my muscles? That's you.
No.
That is you. That's the only thing I got.
Oh,
that's all
gosh.
I got.
Doing an impression of me is doing an impression of other people. That's what I do.
I know.
Well, that was terrible. How are we most similar and how does that scare you?
Me? Mm-hmm. Oh, sorry.
Yeah, how are we most similar and how does that scare you?
Probably both have a really bad temper.
Yeah.
We both have really bad tempers. I think that's the one thing that, and the thing is like the like physical fights we got into when we were younger. Mm-hmm. Like when people see us, they always think it's you. They never think it's me.
Right. Yeah.
And I'm like, I don't say anything now, but like that was a little scary. Like we're both similar in that way.
Yeah. With our, I would say emotionally.
But I have good emotional impulses. I can regulate.
You do. Also, too, I would say.
And you've grown a lot, too.
Yeah, but we've had a bad habit of cutting people cold, smooth off. And we do it the same.
Yeah.
Like, it's almost like it'd just be like, I don't know who you are. You don't exist to me anymore.
We're
and I've
easy
learned
to cut off.
Yeah, we're easy to cut people off. I would say we're very similar with that, too.
Yeah, because when I think about like the relationships that we've had, and like for people at least, I feel like they no longer serve me, and I'm like I don't no longer want them in my life. I'm like if I could literally get taken away from my dad and never speak to him for the last 20 years, it's been 20 years, something like that.
It's been a
then
long
I
time.
could easily never speak to you again.
Yeah,
and you're the same way.
I'm the same exact way.
I know, it's crazy. I never thought about that. How were we raised differently, and how does it affect our relationship now?
Well,
that's interesting.
How were we raised differently? Well, for the most part, we were raised the same on the same radar.
To like 14, 15.
Yeah, but then when we were teenagers, we split. You know, so you went with family and I went more deep into the system. So I got to experience a different level of isolation, feeling alone, being away from you.
But I was about to be placed there too, thank God.
You were, but I didn't want that for you.
Yeah,
I didn't want that
for my cousin.
Yeah, because I'm glad I didn't want that for you. I don't think it's affected us so much unless there's a part of me that can see someone who's really struggling that may not have like their stuff together, or they may be going through something, or they're living kind of rough, or they just haven't figured out how to get it together yet. You notice like usually with those type of people, I'm usually more chill, more like, I'm not saying that you aren't, but I just understand a little bit more of what they're going through. of like drug abuse. You know, like you've never experienced what it was like to turn to drugs. I did almost every drug in the book. You know, alcoholism, drinking, putting all that stuff, that toxic substance in your body at teenagers, smoking cigarettes and doing all those things. So I think that just me understanding what those individuals go through, I just think on that part we see different eye to eye sometimes. I'm like, oh, they still have a shot, they still have a chance.
I always think they have a, like,
I know you
have a
do
chance
too.
I
Like,
think I'm a little bit more critical.
You're just more critical.
I'm
yeah.
like critical. You probably come from more of a place of understanding.
Yeah, so I'm just a little bit more like, just get it together.
But you know the reasons why we went different ways? I feel like seeing you ahead of me, I learned what to do by what you didn't do.
Yeah.
So I'm like, okay, I see you getting in fights. I see you getting arrested. I see you doing drugs. I saw you partying and staying out, whatever, everything that you were doing and just dating and all that. And I was like, hey, don't do that.
When I
Don't do
brought
that.
you to the house with all the drugs.
Don't do that.
Yeah, that was
and
crazy.
I was like, you know what? But so you were a really great example in that way because you really showed me like what not to do. But I mean, it turned out fine. Look at you.
Yeah. What is the pain in me you wish you could heal?
Oh,
That's a good one.
dang, this is just,
It's getting deeper and deeper.
yeah, these good questions.
Really good questions.
Oh man, this is so much. Sorry, sorry. I didn't mean it that way. Dang, I just wish. You know, I feel like for you, like where you and I differ a lot is because I feel like growing up, I think you, other than grandma and me, grandma and I feel like you never had anyone to have your back to really care for you. Like no one has really showed you unconditional love. And then even with grandma, she was always in and out. Well, because not by her choice, but other circumstances.
Yeah.
But like no one really loved you. And I'm like, so now I look at your behavior now, I'm like, well, that makes sense.
Accurate.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Even I'm thinking like if something happened to me, who could you go to?
Yeah.
And even when you were growing up, like you got placed here and then kicked out. You got placed here and then you got kicked out. You got placed here and then kicked out. Whereas for me, it was just like, okay, I could stay.
Yeah.
But I ended up leaving because you left, you know? So I just feel like if I could go and heal that part of you, like as from like a kid up, yeah, I think that's really all that you really need.
I think you hit it on the button. There has definitely been since a child feeling rejection.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, so
no one's like,
I've just always, even before we went into the system and all that,
no, I know.
I felt like with our father, he would always treat you differently than he treated me, and I never understood why.
He did.
And so that's actually when it started. It didn't bother me to where I was jealous because I was overprotective over you. But at the same time, I'm like, man, that's kind of jacked up. Like, yeah, definitely. It's only been me and you rocking this show, so. All right.
Oh, man. Okay. What makes us family? Other than our DNA.
What makes us family?
Yeah.
We act like it.
True.
We act like it. We didn't really have that growing up, aside from our relationship with grandma and maybe a few close cousins and uncles, aunts and stuff. But we act like it. We act like
always there for each other.
Always there for each other. Unconditional
You'd be like,
love.
Yolanda, you're killing me.
When you get on my nerves.
That's when you get upset at me. You'd be like, you're killing me. I just can't do this anymore. And then I'm just like, okay, she's irritated. Or he's irritated with me.
Yeah. So,
like when I lost my key to my car, and I was like, man, I could only call you to help me.
Yeah, we
especially
act
like last
family.
minute things.
Oh yeah.
Or every time your car gets towed, call me.
Call you. Or something. We've always put each other in, like, well, especially me, I've put you in more situations, but you have had your stuff pop up too. And honestly, we have only been able to call each other.
Yeah.
And we act like family. We're great siblings. We're great friends. I always say you're my best friend.
Oh, really?
Oh, yeah. So definitely.
Aww. That's so cute.
And I always say, like, I'm like, that's mom right there. Like,
you call me mom?
And listen, don't take it literal. I'm just saying, like, for me,
why does everyone say that?
Well, it makes sense for me.
No, I know,
because
but
how
like,
I act. I act like a problem child son. So
I think you prepared me for motherhood.
Oh, I don't know how to take that.
Yeah,
you're the youngest sibling. You said I prepared you for motherhood.
I mean, especially like as like like when the kid is younger. I think I could learn from our situations and stuff. So.
Okay.
Your turn.
Yeah, we act like family. If this were to be our last conversation.
Oh no, it's not good. I'm like saying that.
Back to your anxiety and fears. Oh no, that makes me anxious. What's something you never want me to forget?
Oh man. Ugh. Dang, something you never want me to forget.
Yeah, something you never want me
you to forget. Right, right. You. Dang, that's hard to say because I feel like you already know. Like it's unspoken. Okay, I'll just speak it. I'll speak it.
You're like, yeah, come on, buddy. You know what it is.
I mean, obviously, I love you, and I'm always gonna be here for you.
Yeah.
Man, I mean, I feel like I'll always be here no matter what.
Yeah.
Grandma would say, unconditional love.
Unconditional. I love you unconditionally.
Yeah, I love you unconditionally.
I love you unconditionally. I would never want, if this was our last conversation, I would want you to know if there was anything in life that I ever went wrong with you, it was never intentional. It was just me going through the motions, because I think sometimes people just brush things aside and then try to move over it. And I know that's in our nature too. But I just want you to know, if I never really deeply apologized for anything, it sat with me and it resonated with me. And I was deeply apologetic for whatever I've done. So, and that I love you. And to read my life scrapbook that I have saved in my safe that nobody sees, it's in my will to give it to you.
Wow, interesting. I didn't know that.
Yeah, I've been putting it together for a long time.
Wow.
Yeah. So
well, that's something I didn't know. So okay. What does our love feel like?
For me, it goes back to what Grandma always said, her favorite word, unconditional. For me, it's unconditional. Like, you said one thing that you kind of do admire about me is that I don't judge people, that I really don't criticize people. I'm just more like, give it a shot, let's see how they are. But I learned a lot of that from you growing up.
Really?
Yeah, it's because how you always were with me. You never judged me when I was a lesbian at the time. And
now you're straight.
Well, yeah, I guess you would call me a straight male from, I guess you could. And that's a whole other subject, but we're working on that. But, you never judged me. And you have never been embarrassed of me.
No, what the heck?
I mean, sometimes you would get red and be like, oh my God, why did you say that? But it's just me, but you've never judged me. And so I learned that from you. Love is unconditional with you.
But I agree. I feel exactly the same. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, sure.
Hey, beautiful people. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much for watching. I'm Nick from The Skin Deep, and I just wanted to let you know that we've taken some of our most powerful questions from these sessions and put them into the end card game. So if you want to have more meaningful conversations, if you want to have deeper conversations in your life with the people you love, go to shop.theskindeep.com and check them out. Otherwise, thank you so much for being here. We love you.